Today we are going to talk about Hedera and HBAR. That being said, let's begin. I'll begin this post just for myself. That's why I said that not enough people know what Hedera is doing behind the scenes. You should know that during a bear market, too many people are distracted by the price of HBAR and don't pay attention to the choices that will cause big price changes. I'm bringing up the HBAR bull because he just put out a great article that basically sums up some of the changes that have happened with Hedera. We're also talking about important events that have happened in the last 2 to 3 months. Moreover, I think that not enough people are aware of this. Going back to 2020 and 2021, HBAR achieved a 60x gain. Hedera today is not at all like Hedera in the past. That's right. For most of 2020 and 2021, Hedera didn't do much marketing. Someone who was here at the time knows that Hedera's marketing was bad. It was pretty much unheard of. Content, community, use cases, and action on the network, she is not at all the same now as she was then. There is a lot going on in the network. A lot is going on behind the scenes. Every day the group grows. There are more sales now. When you think about how things used to be, it's crazy. A great deal of real work is being done here with DeFi apps and community apps. And you do know how cool it is to see Hedera grow so quickly, right? Even in the last 2 years, things have changed a lot. We've heard a lot of news in the last 3 months alone, so I think everyone can feel the excitement when they see this post from Avapool. As I said before, here are a few of them. But first, let me just say that every once in a while I have some time to myself to think about the future. It's times like these that I remember how grateful I am to be able to cover the Hedera environment. We've seen a proof of reserve use case start by WorldPay Global. A major bank finish its second round of cross-border payments tests with key partners. FedNo highlight the first cryptocurrency company in DropCC. And on Monday, a global supply chain use case go live. These events are all part of Hedera Council. Hedera sets the record by processing more than 1 billion transactions in just 1 week. This is because of a real-world use case. The biggest fintech company in Africa uses Hedera to handle funds and make money. Telecom is moving into the Web3 ServiceNow era with the help of T-Mobile and Fligs Mobile. They just released a reefing app on Hedera, and right on time, the Alka Group promised 500 million tons of carbon credits for our carbon markets. Each of these credits could earn as little as 10 cents before they are withdrawn. How lucky am I to be able to cover the area? What will I be able to cover in the coming months? I also need to stop doing this because I watched this YouTube program. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I started this channel in February 2021. I didn't plan for this station to get more than 1,000 subscribers, let alone more than that. Guys, we're almost at 100,000 members. Having a say in this market and being able to make real content that people enjoy watching is an amazing feeling that words can't describe. I mean, even the people who hate me are people I really like, right? Bad comments have been seen by me. Comments that were nice have been seen by me. No matter what you believe, I appreciate you. That being said, you know how important it is to be here at this very moment just by being yourself. That's a big deal. And I really believe that all of you who have been here since the beginning have seen this market experience, both its highs and lows. As a result, you really are something amazing because many people can't do it. You are in a psychological war in this market. That's what will give you the most adrenaline, right? Look at the green lights. Things look like they are going well, but all of a sudden they will all be gone. The way Bitcoin acts like this is when volatility is high. I promise it's true. It's battle. Additionally, not enough people will understand what it takes to be competitive in this field. You can be sure it is a war, even if it's just psychological warfare. Aside from that, I do think that everyone here is very lucky and blessed, and I'm learning and understanding how important it is to be here right now. This is because all of this has happened behind Hedera, and I've been talking about Hedera since I started this channel. At first, it was just a way to let you know what was going on in my real life. In an instant, we become aware of the huge changes this area is bringing about on a global level. In this, Hedera is the leader. One more great new technology that works well with Hedera is Flutterwave. Even more amazing is the fact that this use case will have an impact on a huge number of businesses. You can scroll down to see that more than 1 million businesses believe them. Some of these are very large ones. We'll be talking about Uber, Microsoft, and many more companies here. GlobalIS is on this page, in fact. To be honest, GlobalIS is how I pay a lot of my workers. I use GlobalIS all the time. There is a huge market for sending and getting money. One more time, we can see the full scope of LetterWave's revolutionary effects. More than 20 million API calls and more than 500,000 payments happen every day. You can use more than 30 different currencies. Some of these big and small businesses that this helps were right in front of us. It's possible to say that this is an enterprise-level app or firm. Also, FlutterWave is embracing Web3 and has more than 2 million people logged in. I think that everyone should pay attention to some of these big companies. This really is a big deal. These brands are using Web3 and are okay with it for what it is. Because of this, I think that this change we are seeing is completely expensive. In the short run, we're talking about. Also, if we talk about price, we're talking about the short term. Price won't matter in 3, 4, or 5 years. Unless, once more, you're kind of looking at that time, which I think I am. I'm looking into whether Hedera will grow into the next Amazon of the world. I'm also thinking about this. Will Hedera be the leader in the business grade in 5 years when every company is hooked up? That's what I think about. That's what I think. I think about the space all the time because I'm so interested in it. But the only reason I'm looking into this is because this change will have an effect on everyone. All areas and types of business will be affected by this. People still don't get it, even after I've said it 100 times. Hedera is made to deal with this. We looked at 1 million events and found that the highest TPS is more than 3,000. In light of, let's think about this. Every day, 136 million deals were made. Give me an example of another network that works this way. Not in the least. Of course not in the last hour. There are about 5.2 million deals at stake here. The first week, the number of us is over 1 billion. The reports are yet another amazing fact. More money in accounts. This week alone, 31,000 live accounts were found. Also, 2.31 million new accounts were made. I want you to know that Hedera is becoming more and more of an important player in space. Also, good job to HBAR 1000 for beating Hedera in the number of deals across the top 6 cryptocurrency networks in the last 24 hours. Look at this. Nothing else comes close to Hedera. So this is why I say that the top 5 projects in the sector, out of the top 10, are nothing like Hedera in terms of network activity and material. I'll be honest, I think XRP is great. I'm always linked to XRP. I talk about XRP all the time. The things that Hedera does are a lot more than what the whole XRP system does. A good way to put it in perspective is to note that XRP is worth about $25 billion on the market. I can promise you that we are still very early on HBAR. Going back to October 6th, from how I felt and other from this developer work, look at this. She had been called by 413 developers. This is what's been built up over the last 30 days. There is a lot of action on the network. Everything is up, not just use cases, not just deals, not even just development work. Besides this, Diffie, SaucerSwap just recently announced the release of V2. On October 28, the testnet and public beta will be shown off. This will change the way things go. Hedera is taking a big step in the right direction with DeFi because it gives the community a lot of possibilities and changes the game for the network by getting more users to interact with it and use tokens. Hedera's TVL is thought to be worth $49 million right now. We know that this was around $160 million at one point in February of this year. Yes, I think we will go back there. But as you know, TVL on Hedera has been pretty steady. And we know that SaucerSwap is the best site because a tool that works incredibly well. I've also talked a lot about SaucerSwap in the past. I was lucky enough to be at their Twitter launch party with a coin man named the HBAR about a year ago. I knew right away that this team was going to be a game changer because they were totally dedicated to making the best decentralized exchange possible, both in terms of quality and speed. The SaucerSwap is more than just decentralized trades, it goes much further than that. This ecosystem by itself is hard to describe. In my view, this is where Hedera stands out from the others. All of these other networks have great use cases being built for them. They have decentralized exchanges and other features. Quality is what matters though. I've liked SaucerSwap for a long time. The quality, user interface, and style of the apps, it is like night and day when compared to these other well-known ones. Just like the teams that work on Hedera's projects don't stop, this will not either. It will just keep going. As long as they keep building, they can keep coming up with new ideas. That's what you want in that area. Going back to my original point of view, I think that too few people know how things really are here because the community and environment are always changing. The network is still being used by more people. Even though DeFi is still very new to Hedera, It has already made a big difference. Besides that, I can't think of a situation where Hedera wouldn't be in the top 10 when compared to the top 5. That is definitely something that could happen in the next big cycle. And I think that HBAR holders are in for a big adventure if that turns out to be the case. Plus, there will be lots of fun. That being said, please tell me what you think in the area below. I'd love to hear what you think. Remember to turn on alerts and give the video a like if you liked it.